For centuries, the Roman Empire has fascinated historians and archaeologists alike, from the engineering marvels of the Colosseum to the mysterious rituals of ancient Roman gods. There's always more to learn. Join us as we delve into the depths of Roman history and uncover the secrets that have puzzled experts for generations. Rome is believed to have originated from a small fishing village on the Tiber River. Over the centuries, thanks to its favorable geographical location and the resilience of its people, Rome gradually expanded its territory, conquered surrounding tribes, and became a powerful city-state. The Roman Republic was an important period in the history of Rome. This was a period when power was shared between social classes, including patricians and plebeians. The Roman legal system was formed and developed during this period, becoming the basis for the laws of many modern nations. With the rise of Julius Caesar and then Augustus, Rome transformed from a republic to an empire. During the empire, Rome reached the height of its power and culture. The Roman Empire stretched from Britain to North Africa, from Spain to Syria. So do we really understand everything about this great civilization? There is a theory that Atlantis, the legendary sunken city, was actually a Roman city. However, there is no archaeological evidence to support this theory. Despite many important discoveries in Pompeii, there are still many unsolved mysteries about daily life, religious ceremonies, and the real cause of the city's collapse. Many Roman emperors remain big mysteries. For example, was Julius Caesar a dictator or a reformer? In addition, Roman concrete is famous for its durability. The exact formula for creating this type of concrete has not been completely deciphered. And why did Carthage lose to Rome in the Punic Wars? What factors determine the outcome of these wars? There are many other mysteries waiting for us to discover about this powerful ancient empire. Besides these mysteries, there are still many interesting things that few people know about the ancient Roman Empire, such as urine was used to bleach clothes and clean objects of the people of this city. The Colosseum was originally made of wood and was later rebuilt in stone. Roman women had more power than many other cultures. They could even own property, testify in court, and even participate in some business activities. Or although initially considered a weapon of the barbarians, the fork eventually became a common eating utensil in Rome. The houses and architecture of the ancient Romans were not only places to live, but also reflected a highly developed civilization with unique characteristics. The creation of the dome and the arch was one of the greatest contributions of the Romans to world architecture. The technique of building domes and arches allowed them to create large, solid, and beautiful spaces. The Romans inherited and developed columns from Greek architecture, creating massive and majestic columns. Not only that, they were the first to invent concrete, a durable and flexible building material, helping them build massive architectural works. Roman architecture always aimed for perfection in both function and aesthetics. The works were not only beautiful, but also met the living needs of the people. In this empire, there were often three types of houses, symbolizing three different classes and classes. First is domus. This is a typical type of housing for the Roman aristocracy. Domus usually has a courtyard, functional rooms arranged around it, and elaborately decorated with murals and sculptures. Second is insula. This is a type of multi-story apartment building for the common people. Insulae are often built with cheap materials and have a simple structure. And finally, villa. These are resort villas for the aristocracy, often built in the suburbs or countryside. Villas often have gardens, swimming pools, and other ancillary works. The Romans had very systematic urban planning. Before construction, they would make detailed plans for the building, including the size, materials, and function of each room. The Romans used many different materials to build, including stone, brick, concrete, wood, and other natural materials. The foundation was the most important part of the building. The Romans often built very solid foundations of stone or concrete to ensure the stability of the entire building. The walls were built of bricks or stones combined with mortar to form a unified block. The roof was usually made of wood or tiles. After completing the rough construction, the Romans would decorate the interior with murals, sculptures, and other decorative objects. Famous architectural works of Rome at that time were Colosseum, a giant arena used to hold animal fights and public events. Pantheon, the temple with the largest dome in the world at that time. Forum Romanum, the Roman Forum, the political and social center of Rome. Ancient Roman cuisine. Ancient Roman cuisine was not just about eating to satisfy hunger, but also an important part of culture and society. Their diet was varied, rich, and reflected their wealth and social status. The daily meals of the Romans were usually quite simple, mainly consisting of bread, the staple food, usually made from wheat. Porridge was made from cereals such as barley, millet, vegetables. The Romans grew many vegetables such as lentils, cabbage, carrots. Fruits, grapes, apples, pears, peaches were popular fruits. Meat was often reserved for special occasions or the aristocracy. Popular meats included pork, beef, chicken. Sea and freshwater fish were also an important part of the ancient Roman diet. Wine was a popular drink, often diluted with water. Unlike everyday meals, Roman feasts were often lavish and elaborate. The menu included many exquisite dishes, rare seafood, and fine wines. The feasts often took place in lavishly decorated rooms, with the participation of musicians, dancers, and actors. To verify information about ancient Roman cuisine, we can rely on the following sources. The works of Roman historians and poets, such as Cato, Varro, Pliny the Elder, described in detail the types of food, how to prepare it, and the feasts. Many wall paintings found in Pompeii and other archaeological sites clearly depict Roman dining scenes. Excavations of archaeological sites also help archaeologists find cooking tools, nuts, animal bones, and ceramics used for serving food. Some ancient recipes have been found on pieces of papyrus or carved on walls. Entertainment culture. The entertainment culture of the ancient Romans was extremely diverse and vibrant, reflecting a dynamic society that loved new experiences. The arena, chariot racing, and folk games were the most popular entertainment activities, forming an indispensable part of the daily life of the Roman people. When mentioning the arena, it is impossible not to mention the Colosseum. This is the most famous arena, where brutal animal fights between humans and animals, fights between gladiators in ancient Rome took place. In addition to animal fights, the Romans also organized martial arts competitions, chariot racing, and reenactments of historical battles. For the Roman people, the arena was not only a place for entertainment, but also a place to demonstrate the strength and power of the Roman Empire. It was also a place for people to relieve stress and forget the difficulties in life. In addition to the arena, chariot racing was also a form of entertainment that the Romans loved and was considered an aristocratic sport. Chariot races were held at locations called circu, with oval-shaped racetracks. Racing teams often represented different social classes or different regions. The ancient Romans were very passionate about chariot racing. They cheered for their teams enthusiastically, sometimes leading to violence. This is enough to show how passionate they were about this sport. In addition to the two sports mentioned above, the ancient Romans also popularized folk games such as ludus. This is a type of game similar to modern football, played with a small ball. Versus games. The Romans also played antagonistic games such as wrestling, boxing, board games. Games such as dice, chess were also very popular. Secrets of the emperors. The lives of ancient Roman kings not only revolved around politics and power, but also contained colorful private aspects. Love, family, hobbies added to the picture of these powerful figures. However, due to the historical nature and the lack of detailed sources, many aspects of their private lives remain mysteries. Many marriages of Roman kings were the result of political agreements to consolidate power or alliances with other families. Many Roman kings had extramarital relationships with slaves, prostitutes, or members of the royal family. Roman emperors often had many wives, children, and grandchildren. The royal family was a complex network of relationships where love, hatred, and power struggles always existed. In addition, women in the royal family played an important role. They were not only wives and mothers but also political advisors. Royal families have many rituals and ceremonies of their own, demonstrating majesty and power. Many Roman emperors were art lovers. They supported artists, built buildings, and collected works of art. Chariot racing, wrestling, and other sports were popular hobbies of the emperors. Hunting was also a favorite pastime of many emperors. Surprisingly, some emperors were interested in philosophy and spent time studying philosophical issues. Here are some specific examples to help you visualize the complicated lives of emperors. Augustus. Although he was a talented ruler, Augustus still had complicated love relationships. He married several times and had many children. Nero, known for his cruelty and madness, Nero also had a strong passion for art. He considered himself a talented artist and often performed in public. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous philosopher-emperors, Marcus Aurelius wrote many works on Stoicism. The private lives of ancient Roman kings are a fascinating and mysterious subject. While we cannot know every detail of their lives, the information we do have gives us a better idea of the people behind the crown. Myths and legends. Ancient Roman history is filled with colorful myths and legends, especially those about the first kings. These stories are not just entertaining, but also contain profound messages about the origins, identity, and ideals of the Roman people. Romulus and Remus, the legend of the two brothers who found Rome. Legend has it that Romulus and Remus were the sons of the god of war Mars and a virgin goddess. The two brothers were abandoned by the Tiber River but were fortunately raised by a she-wolf. When they grew up, the two brothers decided to build a new city. However, an argument broke out and Romulus killed Remus. Romulus became the first king of Rome. This myth represents the Roman belief in the divine origin of the city and the sacrifices needed to build a great empire. Or the story of Numa Pompilius, the wise king. After the reign of Romulus, Numa Pompilius, a wise and gentle king, ascended the throne. He is said to have established important religious ceremonies and social institutions for Rome. Numa is said to have met the goddess Egeria in the forest and asked her for help in his rule. Egeria imparted to him knowledge of law, religion, and social organization. The myth of Numa Pompilius emphasizes the importance of law, religion, and peace in building a nation. Other kings and similar stories include Tullus Hostilius. This king is said to have challenged the city of Alba Longa and won. Ancus Marcius. He expanded the territory of Rome and built a prison. Lucius Tarquinius Priscus. He was the first Etrurian king to rule Rome and made many important reforms. Servius Tullius. He is said to have been the son of a slave, but became king due to his talent and intelligence. Tarquinius Superbus, the last king of Rome, he was a tyrant and was overthrown. Stories of heroic kings or their kings aroused national pride and united the Roman people. And above all, they conveyed important moral, social, and political values of the Roman people. The myths about ancient Roman kings often combine historical and mythological elements. While many of the details in these stories may not be historically accurate, they still reflect the Romans' view of the world and their place in the universe. Secrets of science and technology. The ancient Romans were famous for their massive and durable architectural works, which have lasted for thousands of years and still exist today. So what was the secret that helped them create such architectural wonders? Let's explore the unique construction techniques of the Romans. Roman concrete is not like modern concrete. It is made from a mixture of quicklime, water, natural binding materials such as volcanic ash or pumice, and other additives. They are water-resistant, very strong, and especially hard when exposed to seawater. Widely used in the construction of large structures such as the Colosseum, Pantheon, aqueducts, and even ports. The Roman technique of building domes and domes was a remarkable innovation, considered a leap forward in engineering. The dome helps to spread the weight of the building down to the supports, creating a large and solid space. Developed from the dome is one of the outstanding features of Roman architecture. The Pantheon, with the largest reinforced concrete dome in the world, is a typical example. The Romans built underground sewer systems to drain wastewater, ensuring environmental sanitation. They also built water pipes from natural water sources to the city, providing clean water for daily life and production. A large number of slaves participated in Roman construction projects. The Roman army was also mobilized to build public works. Aqueducts. This is one of the most impressive works of the Romans. Aqueducts are long structures built of stone or concrete with the task of carrying water from natural water sources such as rivers and lakes to cities. Aqueducts take advantage of the weight of water and natural slopes to bring water to consumption points. This system often includes underground water pipes, aqueducts across valleys, and water tanks. Water is supplied to public baths, fountains, houses, and other public works. In addition to the aqueduct's water supply system, the Romans also built the Cloaca Maxima drainage system. This is the largest and oldest sewer system of Rome, built in the 6th century BC. In addition to the Cloaca Maxima, the Romans also built a network of sewers covering the entire city, helping to drain wastewater and protect the environment. The sewers were built of stone or brick, ensuring durability and good load-bearing capacity. The water supply and drainage system of the ancient Romans was an engineering wonder, demonstrating their creativity and talent. These works not only served the needs of daily life, but also demonstrated the development of science and technology at that time. To this day, we still have a lot to learn from the achievements of the Romans. In addition to the typical healing methods mentioned above, they also used other strange healing methods. For example, the Romans believed that mental illnesses were caused by demons entering the head. Therefore, they performed the procedure of drilling holes in the head to release the evil spirits. Or, they often used urine to treat wounds and some other diseases. Animal excrement, especially pigeon excrement, was used to treat skin diseases. Despite its limitations, ancient Roman medicine made a huge contribution to the development of modern medicine. Many of the drugs and treatments are still used today. More importantly, the Romans laid the foundation for the development of hospitals, pharmacies, and public health systems. The life of an ancient Roman soldier. The life of an ancient Roman soldier was a series of harsh training days, iron discipline, and glorious victories. Let's explore in more detail the daily lives of these brave warriors. Roman soldiers were trained in high-intensity physical training to be able to endure long marches, fierce battles, and harsh weather conditions. They were trained to master basic combat skills, such as using swords, spears, shields, as well as advanced skills such as fighting in formation, siege, and attack. Discipline was a core element in the Roman army. Soldiers had to strictly follow the regulations and orders of their superiors and be ready to sacrifice for the collective. Any violation of discipline was severely punished, which could be beatings, imprisonment, or even death. Despite strict discipline, the team spirit in the Roman army was very high. Soldiers were taught to unite and support each other in all circumstances. Honor was a noble value for Roman soldiers. They were willing to sacrifice their lives to protect the honor of themselves and their unit. Roman soldiers were constantly on the move, participating in military campaigns far away. They lived in tents, ate simple meals, and endured the hardships of war. Each soldier was fully equipped with weapons, armor, and other necessary items. Despite the harsh life, Roman soldiers also had moments of entertainment, such as playing chess, singing, or participating in competitions. This can be considered the main reason why the Roman army was the obsession of most surrounding countries and the whole world at that time. The life of an ancient Roman soldier was a challenging but also glorious one. These soldiers contributed greatly to the growth and expansion of the Roman Empire. The fall of the ancient Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, one of the most powerful empires in human history, went through a process of decline and collapse that lasted for centuries. This event had profound consequences for world history. There were many complex factors intertwined that led to the collapse of the Roman Empire. Here are some of the main causes. The excessive issuance of currency to finance wars and massive construction projects led to severe inflation, weakening the economy. To maintain a large empire, the Romans imposed excessive taxes on the people, causing discontent and reducing production. War, epidemics, and social problems caused agricultural production to decline, leading to food shortages and social instability. Along with that, the growing gap between rich and poor, a large slave class, and moral decay increased social instability. Corruption spread throughout the government, undermining the prestige of the state and causing distrust among the people. The Senate lost its role in controlling power, leading to the concentration of power in the hands of the emperors and causing civil wars. The Roman legions became increasingly ineffective due to lack of training, discipline, and the participation of foreign soldiers. In addition, barbarian tribes from the north continuously invaded Roman territory, causing devastating wars. And many other reasons caused the collapse of this most powerful empire. The fall of Rome marked the beginning of the Middle Ages, a period of history marked by many upheavals and changes. On the ruins of the Roman Empire, modern European nations gradually formed and developed. Moreover, the fall of Rome led to the decline of classical culture, science, and philosophy at that time. The fall of the Roman Empire was the result of many complex factors that acted over a long period of time. Although the empire collapsed, the legacy of Rome still exists today, influencing many areas of life, from law, politics, architecture, to language and culture. Despite thousands of years of research, ancient Rome still holds many mysteries that archaeologists and historians are constantly searching for answers. Typically, the sudden collapse of Pompeii, a famous city of the Roman Empire. The secrets of ancient Roman religious rituals, Roman concrete technology, and many other interesting things are waiting for us to discover. You want to learn something new every day? This channel is for you. Subscribe to get the latest tutorials and lessons.